Welcome back to another edition of Weathering the Kitchen. As you can see, we are outdoors today doing some holiday decor. Throughout the holiday season, we have a lot of family and friends who come to our house. So when they enter the front door, I like them to have a little bit of an experience so they feel warm and cozy. You got the wreath on the door that has battery-powered lights. You've got the garland and lights over the doorway. And I turn my planters into a winter wonderland, so to speak. And I came up with this weird idea. I think I was laying in bed one night and I said, I want to have not only the urn or your planter turn into that winter wonderland, but I want something to hang down above it so it's kind of meeting in the middle. So I came up with this idea of creating this big oversized ornament cascading inside of that winter wonderland. So let's get to work. When you're filling up one of these planters, you want a filler, a thriller, and a spiller. The three rules. The thriller is something that catches your attention, like these birch branches, which I bought in 8-foot long size pieces. And then I cut down, I measured about 3 feet, and then I cut each of them down to around the 3-foot level. You want to actually have them a little different lengths. So again, you don't have everything the same size. And when you put these in, you're just going to put them inside some dirt, and you want them at different levels, different heights. And you want to do things in 1, 3, or 5s. So you don't want to have 2 of these. You want to do odd numbers. So 3 is perfect for having them in the middle here, so that one's a little bit taller than the other one. And then we will put the third one in here as well. And again, you can measure them to whatever level you would like. Now we want the filler. And the filler is everything that you put in the middle to compact everything. I found these really great looking juniper fake branches at Target. A lot of fake stuff looks fake. These look extremely real when you look up close here. So I bought these, and these I'm just gonna place kind of in the middle. You can, maneuver them or tweak them, pull them apart a little bit. And I'm gonna put them right in the middle of the birch branches so it fills that space. One more. And then what I do is, when I get our Christmas tree, if you stop by a place like your home improvement store or a farm that has leftover branches from the Christmas trees that they cut off from the bottom, I ask, can I take a whole bunch of these? Because I will use them. Now, I have a pair of scissors that I brought inside, but I will break these apart. Break those apart and place them on the back side. Now, you don't want them really as tall as the birch branches, but something like that. Different levels, again, different heights. And so I'm going to continue to break these apart and fill these in the middle also. Another thing that I'll put in that can also be a thriller is these brown, like curly type branches. I bought these a couple of years ago, so these sort of items you can purchase and reuse every year if they're fake, like these branches, or like the juniper branches that I bought. But again, the other ones, like the Fraser fir that you get at a store that they're gonna throw away, those are free anyway. So I put these in, and the birch branches you can use every year also. So we'll put that in the back, and I like how it twists and turns. And we'll put another one maybe right over here, and use your imagination with these. Again, there's no right or wrong on placement, but you want the tallest stuff in the middle, the filler in the middle, and then we will do the spiller in a second. So I like the branches there. And then maybe what I'll do is add a couple of these that I bought years ago, but they're red dogwood twig branches. The final thing is going to be the spiller, the thing that cascades down the edge of the planter. And I took pine rope and I cut them into different size pieces that are going to flow over the edges. So once you have them into pieces, then you're going to just kind of tuck them in and let them, again, flow down the edges like that. Here. Some of it may stick up a little, which is perfectly fine. As you can see, this goes up here and then this comes down. And I'll continue to do this all around the edges of the planter. Okay, and the final thing I'm going to do for the planter part of this project is battery-powered lights that are on timers. This will go in the middle and light this particular planter up at nighttime, and you don't have to turn it on every night because, again, it has battery power to it and a timer, and it is for the outdoors. So you just tuck that in the back, and then you're just going to kind of push the lights in the middle of the planter toward the bottom and just maneuver them around. So I told you that I had this crazy idea one night when I was sleeping of creating a large ornament that is going to hang down from the top and kind of float in the middle of this planter that I turned into a winter wonderland that can last even beyond the Christmas holiday season, because this just gives a winter look to it. So it's drab and dreary in January and February. You'll have at least a little bit of life in your front door. So what I did was I created this fake ornament with fake snow and lights in the middle that are on timers that will light up at night and drift over the birch branches in my planter. So what I did for this was I actually just took and I found online the top of a lamppost. It's an acrylic ball that usually sits on the top of a lamppost. And I said, you know what, with the little lip at the top, I can create an ornament for this. So what I did was I took a drill bit and I drilled holes on the top because I'm going to be putting wire in between this. So I drilled the hole bits, and then the second thing I did was take a little bit of fake snow, poured it inside the middle here, and then took those battery-powered lights, placed the pack of the lights down on top of the snow to hide it, and then you just kind of twist and turn those lights so they're kind of tangled inside of this globe. And then what I did was I filled the rest of the snow to cover the battery pack and some of the lights inside of this ornament. And then I took a piece of foil paper and I cut two similar sizes because you're going to put these back to back. So I cut those up, and then I put a little bit of glue on one side, and then took the other piece, put it on top of the other glued piece, and then I folded it around like a circle, and then I used tape. And make sure you use tape that you can't see. You want transparent tape. And I taped it for just 5 or 10 minutes for the glue to hold. Then what you do is you take wire, you just take regular fishing wire or something that's a little heavier duty, that's silver, that would look like an ornament when you hang it off of a tree, and you pipe that through those holes that you drilled in this globe. And then what I did was I took the wire and I put it over the edges, and then I kind of wrapped it in the middle, kind of like twisted itself in the middle, because you want this wire to come up right through the center of the ornament. So once I got that all put together, then I took my foil paper, take the tape off, and then I wrapped it around the top, and then using that transparent tape, I put the two pieces together, and there may be a little bit of a lip, so I just took an extra piece of foil and glued those together to fill the gap in. And then once that is complete, it is done. And it looks just like an ornament. At least I think it does here. And at nighttime, I'll go in there, press the timer button when you want it to go on, and then that's it. You leave it, it's good to go. And you definitely want this to be under an overhang because you don't want the water getting down. What I think I'm gonna do is take some saran wrap and put it on the top so water can't get down in there, but that's just something of concern you wanna think of. So what I do now is I have hooks on the top in the ceiling, and I want this to drop to be just above the birch branches, right about, I think, there. And I'm going to tie that up with the wire. It's so simple to do. Okay, so that will be up there. This comes down. Make sure that it's somewhat level. That's right about the level that I want. And then you're going to come down, and then you'll kind of move these branches around it a little bit. But I think this is perfect, the way I envisioned it in my head one night when I was sleeping, that you have something coming from the top, something coming from the bottom, meeting in the middle. And this is really the statement that I was looking for when people come, because this is going to be all aglow. It's going to be a glow on the base there of the pine and the top of the planter. So I think at night this is going to look so awesome. Oh my God, I'm actually really excited about this. So once the sun sets, let's turn these on and we'll take a look. And there you have it, my friends. Just as beautiful at night as it is during the day. Your guests will be greeted by this ornament that is glowing and sparkling, and underneath you got that urn or planter that also is shining brightly. So your guests will be dazzled by a spectacular lit display as they walk in your front door. Happy holidays. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to learn more or get some recipes, right below me, weatheringthekitchen.com. In addition, check out that video. You may learn something new. Also, hit the subscribe button. I'll push content out every Saturday morning, whether it's in the kitchen, in the garden, or home decor. Don't miss out.